A clarion call for unity between SJB and UNP. 3 contenders are launching their campaigns. NPP closes doors for Dullas. Lion of Polonnaruwa loses his mane. After the south, NPP now turns to the north.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
A clarion call for unity between SJB and UNP. With election fever intensifying by the day, there is now an increasing call within both the Samagi Jana Balawegaya and the United National Party that they should unify. The main reason is said to be the danger of losing to the National People's Power if they contest separately. The other thing is their determination of not allowing the Rajapaksas to rise up their heads again. In the UNP, electoral organisers and young activists are pressing on with the call. Thalatha Athukarala and Kabir Hashim, backed by Malik Samarawikrama, are said to be leading a similar campaign within the SJB. Hector Apuhami, J.C. Alawathuwala, Sujith Sanjaya, Kavinda Jayawardena, Mayantha Disanayake and Ajith Manaparuma are among the others supporting the idea. Manaparuma fired the first salvo when he commended Ranil's efforts and said the country would be okay if Ranil and Sajith got together. He was speaking during an observation visit to a UDA-built 3-storey building on a railway department land in Hatton on the 13th. The Environment and Natural Resources Development Committee, headed by Manaparuma, inquired into the 40 million rupee facility that remains unused for nearly 3 years now. Speaking to the media there, he noted that politicisation is the cause of many ills and even the opposition gets the blame for decisions taken by the government. We were once part of the President's party. We have nothing against him. We see his programme to be okay to some extent, not 100%. He never talks about the oppressed people. But his programme is better than the ones by both Mahinda and Gotabaya, Manaparuma said. He also added that while Sajith has many plans for the downtrodden, Ranil focuses on the upper class. Some have taken Manaparuma's talk seriously. They are now discussing it widely. In the meantime, SJB MPs close to President Wickremesinghe have stressed to him the need for the two parties to come together. The President told them that he would extend a public invitation for them to return to the UNP. They said in one voice that what they want is not to return to the UNP, but a plan to bring the two parties together. Rather than getting elected to Parliament again, what we want is to see you and Sajith join together and build the country, they asserted. After giving them a patient hearing, he promised to appoint Ruan or someone suitable to discuss it. Now, Thalatha Athukorala and Rohini Kaviratne too have decided to promote the idea. Meantime, Mayantha Disanayake has said that being the sons of a great, he and his elder brother Naveen would resume his journey from Nuwara Eliya. He was speaking to the media after receiving blessings from religious leaders upon his appointment as the SJB's district leader. But some Sajith loyalists are worried by that remark. They believe Mayantha is planning to join Ranil's camp. 3 contenders are launching their campaigns. Both Ranil and Sajith are now launching their campaigns in their bid for the presidency. Sajith has entrusted his campaign to Lakshman Fonseca, Chaminda Ediriwikrama, and Kellam Palitha Mahiratne. An affiliate of an advertising firm known for its political propaganda work is in charge of his campaign. Incidentally, its head has been a UNP activist and former electoral organiser of the party. That firm, too, firmly believes a union between the SJB and the UNP will be for the best. For his part, Ranil has obtained a 4-storey building down Loris Road, Bambalapitiya, to house his campaign staff. The building has been divided into 4 units, with Harin Fernando, Manusha Nanayakara, Prasanna Ranatunga, Kanchana Wijesikara, and Mahindananda Aluthgamagai running it. Manusha is in charge of social media coordination in Sinhala, with Lanza and Tharaka Balasuria coordinating things in Tamil and English. Manusha has chosen an ex-boss at Sirasa as his key man there. Harin will look after the events of the entire campaign along with Ajith Gamlath. Kanaka Herath will also supervise social media. Wajira Abewardena and Sagala Ratnayaka too are having their own teams, with the latter coordinating with the foreign company responsible for the campaign's strategic communication. For Anura Kumara Disanayake, his campaign is fully under NPP activists, including up to 15 creative directors of leading advertising firms. Notably, the SLPP is yet to prepare with any form of campaigning, although it has been speaking of fielding its own candidate. Even Damika Pereira says he will get to it only after he is given the candidature. I've already spoken to an Indian advertising company, but I do not intend to do anything until the candidature is confirmed, he has told the media. Just wait until the election is called to see what they will do. NPP closes doors for Dullas. Freedom People's Congress MP Professor Charitha Herath says time is ripe to entrust the work to the best person. Participating in the Pethikada programme on Sirasa TV, he said issues would aggravate if those in mainstream politics talk about things unrelated to the economy. Giving an example, he said if a car has a faulty gearbox, a tinker cannot be given the job to fix it. His advice is to study the issues correctly and tackle them head-on. What he says is practical, but who will be the tinker he refers to? Could it be Charitha himself, or Dullas, Sajith, Ranil, or AKD? By the way, Dullas, who is presently in the United States, will be back in 3 weeks to take a firm decision with regard to his FPC. Crucial in the meantime will be how many SJB MPs can Ranil lure to his side. A FPC MP has told a confidant of Ranil that they will join only if at least 10 SJB MPs extend support to him. Or else, he said, they would all join Sajith in a week or two. The apparent winner will get the following from those so-called independents. The MPs with Dullas intended to join the NPP in the first place, but doors are closed for them now. Sunil Handanetti says they will not accept habitual crossovers. He charged that those responsible for the country's bankruptcy now try to gain legitimacy by joining with the NPP. He also told journalists in Thambutagama that it is pointless to explain their policies to either Sajith or Ranil, adding that explanation should be given to the people. So, Dullas and his men will soon have to decide between Sajith and Ranil. Lion of Polonnaruwa loses his mane. A lion of an ex-businessman from an outstation area has been saying that he will fight for the top seat. He even formed a party for that. He got infested with that malady after he lost his cabinet portfolio some time ago. He had his own May Day event too. But, with things not looking any good, he has decided to withdraw from the fight and to say goodbye to politics as well. He will go back to looking after his businesses. After the South, NPP now turns to the North. The likes of Sunil Handanetti and the NPP impose barriers against crossovers due to the overtly confidence that they can win the election on their own. After holding events in both the South and the North, Anura Kumara Disanayake is presently in London to address Sri Lankans there on the 15th. This could well be his final diaspora meeting in preparation for the presidential polls. It takes place at 2 p.m. at Crystal Grand Hall near London. A running Tamil interpretation of his speech is planned as well for the benefit of participants. Also, a group of Canadian Tamils has arrived there to hand over a letter to AKD. The NPP now recognises provincial councils, IMF, and private education. With this radical change, it plans to gain both the South and the North. So the focus is on the NPP. However, it is said the three main contenders differ in their policies in wordings only. It is worth knowing their respective plans for the economy. That's it for today.